Always great chatting with my next guest, Geoff Neal, who joins us here on MMA News. He's going to be taking on Neil Magny coming up here at UFC Fight Night on May 8th. Geoff, how's it going, man?
It's going good. How you doing?
Doing well. Glad to see you get a fight booked. I know the last time we spoke, you want to get back in there. Tell me how this all came together with you fighting Neil Magny. When did you find out about the fight?
Hold on. There we go. My screen's cut off.
No worries.
Yeah.
I like the adjustment on the fly there. That was good.
Yeah. It just came about. I was just randomly just training, chilling, and my coach just came to me. It was nothing I was like pre-planned. Like I wanted to get that back for a while. Like I wanted to get it back before I got the Wonderboy fight because I figured that would be the fight before I fought Wonderboy. But I guess something happened. I didn't end up fighting him, and I got the Wonderboy call. But I'm just glad that now I get to run that back because I trained like a whole camp for him. So I'm just ready to see it through.
Yeah, it probably makes it a bit easier, right? Because you already expected to fight him before, and so you sort of, even your coach probably has a game plan set up and all that, and I imagine the preparation's a little bit easier from that perspective. Yeah,
because we just jumped straight into it. We didn't have to sit down and go over things. I just went back to what I was doing when I was preparing for him in the first place.
Was this the right amount of time off, or were you trying to get a fight before this?
No, this is the right amount of time off. I wanted to fight before this, but this around May and June was when I was really thinking about getting back in there. And then if everything goes well, I was hoping to get one in like August and then one more before the end of the year.
There you go. You got it all mapped out. I know last time we spoke, you'd mentioned Jingling Lee as an opponent. Was that ever a conversation that was, realistic, or did it just, I guess just you got Neil Magny and this is where we are?
I mean, it was realistic, but I don't know what was going on the matchmaking side of it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, like out of all the fights, him and Neil Magny were like the only two that really made sense coming off of a loss and considering my ranking too. So those are the only two I really wanted to get.
How do you feel like you match up against Neil in this fight?
I feel like I match up well. He's a tough vet, crafty, smart, durable. He has cardio, but it's a 3-round fight. So, I'm going to be able to keep up with the pace for sure. I'm not going to have to worry about those like later rounds as far as cardio, but I'm still training like it's a 5-round fight. But I feel like I matched up really well. I don't want to say too much about giving away my game.
Oh, 100%. I don't blame you, man. Yeah. You can just give me like the Coles notes,
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight for sure.
Yeah. Obviously you got, at the time of recording this, actually your teammate Uriah Hall's fighting on Saturday. So I imagine you've probably been training a lot with him. Who else have you had a chance to work with leading into this fight?
Got Ryan Spann, training with Kennedy, Ramiz, the same little group. I'm sparring with the 205ers now because they're the only dudes that are like 6'5" or like, because he's 6'3", I think.
Yeah.
With like an 80-inch reach, and Spann and Kennedy are about like 6'4", 6'5", and they got like Kennedy has an 83-inch reach. Ryan has like a 80-inch reach, so it's tough.
I was just going to say, how are those sparring sessions? We saw what Ryan did in his last fight to Misha Serkinov. I mean, it's pretty. That guy's a beast, man.
Yeah, it's not super bad. They don't like try to like crush me as far as like striking, but like when it comes to like the grappling exchanges, like they're like 240, 230, so that's rough.
Yeah,
just having that hold on you.
But does it not give you a bit more confidence knowing? I mean, obviously, like you said, they're not trying to take your head off, but you're sparring with guys that are like 2 weight classes ahead of you, like above you, I should say. So I mean, that's got to give you a bit of confidence because obviously Neil's not going to pack the same punch that Ryan Spann does, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to come in there thinking that because it is the end. Like I'm getting hit with a boxing gloves. Hold on, I'm doing an interview. I'm getting hit with boxing gloves. You know what I mean? So MMA gloves way different, and there's no telling how strong Neil really is. Like he looks like he's not that strong, but looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, no, well said. Not overlooking anything. Weight cut, I imagine that's going well. I think last time we spoke, you were doing like the prep meals, right?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I got one in the microwave right now, defrosting.
What is it? So I'm curious. What are you eating right now for camp?
I don't even know what it is. Like I got to look at it. I think there's like an egg on it. There's like maybe a turkey patty and some rice under it. I don't know. It's good. I don't even know what half the stuff is. I just put it in the microwave and eat it.
and that's something outside, because I know a lot of the UFC fighters use Trifecta. Is that what you're using, or is it some other meal prep company?
Oh, it's a Fit Meals Prep. It's a Dallas-based company. Nice. I've been using them since I got into UFC, so I'm gonna stick with them for a long time.
Yeah, and support the local businesses, especially during this time, with the pandemic and everything. So that's great. Yeah. I imagine your corner, and this was something that obviously impacted you last time, was Safe will be in your corner this time, right? You don't have to worry about last time with anything that happened at the last minute.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't get COVID twice. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, knock on wood. Yeah, I'm sure you're good there. Yeah, for sure. Who else will be in there with you along with Safe?
Safe. Then I'm gonna have my coach that came with me for the Wonder Boy fight, Krukasib, and then Kennedy's gonna come with me too.
Oh, nice. Good to hear. How's this fight playing out on May 8th? 3-round fights. So how do you see it unfolding?
I see it unfolding. I'm just expecting a good fight. You know, every fight I go into with the mindset to finish it in the first and second round, but if it doesn't happen, I'm ready to ground out a decision too.
Kevin Holland, the reason I bring him up is obviously he fought recently and he's talked about going back down to 170. Is that a rematch you want at some point if he does in fact come back down to welterweight, or would it not make sense with the rankings and all that?
I mean, yeah, I was looking forward to doing it even if he was at 185 one day too. You know, like down the road, yeah, that's something that's highly possible. Like, you know what I mean? Especially like with him being ranked, I'm ranked, and like he got his star power. Then once I start getting more fans and people, like, you know what I mean, people start putting two to two together. It's like it's one of those things that's going to happen. It's going to be brought up. It's going to be a part of a conversation. It's just a matter of if we both want to do it or when we want to do it. You know?
Is that something you've even talked to him about, or is that just something you've had in your head that you thought that you two would eventually meet?
Yeah, we've talked about it before. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know, it's timing's everything.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, because like I said, you're ranked right now, but I mean, with him, he's built up so much clout from winning all those fights and just his popularity. And he's one of the most talked about fighters right now. So I'm assuming as well, that sort of adds a bit to it as well in terms of incentive to fight him.
Yeah. And it's, me wanting to get a rematch with him is nothing as far as like an ego thing. Like, oh, he beat me, I got to get that one back. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, I know that's, if things go well, that could be a money fight, you know? So if the money's there, or if it's like a situation where he comes down to 170 and then I have to fight him, you know what I mean? Those are only two situations where I'll fight him. I'm not pressed about him beating me. That happened a long time ago, you know, and we both still got to where we wanted to be at the end of the day.
At the time of recording this, we have UFC 261 on Saturday. I'm pretty sure I asked you your pick for that one. I'm pretty sure you said Kamaru Usman in that one. So assuming Usman does win, and let's just, and I'm not saying this to write off Masvidal, just Usman's like a 4-1 favorite or whatever. So assuming we're going off that, what do you think is next for Usman? Do you think it's the winner of Diaz, Leon Edwards, or do you think that Wonder Boy, if he beats Gilbert Burns, he could get the shot? What do you sort of think the UFC is going to do there?
I really feel like Wonder Boy deserves it. Just for the fact that he's been more active than Leon, you know what I mean? And like he backtracked and then fought two people that are like, you know what I mean, like nowhere close to his ranking. He fought two people outside of the top 10, won those fights, you know what I mean? Like, and then you got Leon just like complaining about fighting anybody. So like I feel like Wonder Boy deserves it more. And it's like, if anything, like Leon wins and then Wonder Boy wins, they should fight for the title contention. Like, you shouldn't pick one or the other. Make them fight and then see whoever wins.
On that same note, how surprised were you that they did Diaz and Edwards? Because that kind of came out of left field.
I don't know why that happened. I don't get it. Maybe they're trying to build Leon up to fight for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
That might be one of the things. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it makes no sense to me.
And then here's the other thing: if Diaz wins, do you think he leapfrogs everyone and gets that title shot just because of his name?
If Diaz wins, he's going to fight for the title if he wants to fight for the title.
Yeah. I think so too, because it's kind of the way you can kind of see what they're doing. Because it's also a co-main event that's 5 rounds for the first time in history. I don't know if you caught that at all.
Yeah, they're trying to build somebody up.
Yeah, no, I agree there. Before we go, always got to ask, what video games are you playing right now? I know you were getting into that when you had some downtime and when you were kind of sick and stuff, so you had something to do, right?
Yeah, I was playing Outriders. This like a new game that came out. I stopped playing it, but I'm back on Warzone. I'm waiting for a lot of new games are going to be releasing soon. So, but that's after my fight, thank God.
Okay.
So
save it for later. Yeah, focus on the fight for now. And just to clarify, and I'm sure I know the answer to this already, but I always have to ask: are you still working at the restaurant, or is that something that you're not doing at this point? No, so you're all in on fighting.
Yeah, just focus on fighting, and it's amazing how much more relaxed I am now that I'm not working all the time. You know, like I'm not tired like I used to be all the time. I used to be tired all the time, just working. But not working, you know what I mean? It's kind of cleared my mind a little bit. I get to focus on like little things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make myself like a better person and a better fighter.
Looking forward to this fight, man. May 8th, UFC Fight Night. Geoff, as always, thanks for the time, man. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
I just want to thank Fit Meals Prep. You know what I mean? That's like my mainstay sponsor. I have a whole bunch of other sponsors. If you find my Facebook page or my Instagram, you can look at the other sponsors. But yeah, that's it.